Lies of P is my favorite Souls-like of all time. It's like the Bloodborne sequel we never got, and I've heard people say this before. I'm gonna just say it again anyway. Stars Carlo, who is the Pinocchio of the world. Lies of P is based on like a retelling of Pinocchio. Is more darker. Well, the story of Pinocchio is actually dark if you go read it, but it's a dark telling where something breaks out called the puppet frenzy, and you're trying to figure out who started it and how it started. And I don't even know if they say if you're trying to get out of the city of Krat. You're just trying to solve the mystery as Carlo. I just finished the DLC and it solidified it. I've played Dark Souls, played Bloodborne. I played most of the Souls like you could think of. I don't really like the DLCs from any of the other titles. It just seemed flat, and all of the maps just seemed brown. It's like, alright, they loved it. Let's throw something easy out there. Let's throw brown maps out there. Don't color code it or anything. This actually feels like a short sequel to Lies of P Overture. And spoilers are from here on out, so I can explain how I love the story and what makes me love it so much. Yeah, I'm gonna talk about combat before I get to that. The combat is amazing. It's not that fast paced as Bloodborne as I like it. In Bloodborne is more of a fast paced. Combat has you can shoot to like combat or parry. That's what I'm trying to say. You can parry with your shotgun on Bloodborne, and this is more about blocking. It's more about parrying, blocking, and parrying with your sword, which I like. But like it's Bloodborne was my favorite. So it was like before this, and I really love that fast paced action. But what I like about this more is it's more condensed. You have way more weapons in Bloodborne, but the weapons in Lies of P, they're more solid. Like they're more compact. It's like I trust this weapon. I can't name all of the weapons in Bloodborne. You know what I mean? If I tried, I could probably name most of the weapons in Lies of P. And the combat in Lies of P, once you start getting your arms and the other throwing objects is ridiculous. You become godlike like any other Souls. Like now with the story, with the DLC, I use the DLC because the DLC you go back in the past. You find out that Carlo Romeo, who you fight in the original game, who ends up being your best friend, and Leah, the stalker of legend, the legendary stalker, y'all all were training together. You were training under Leah, and that's how you met Romeo, and you were once happy. And your father, Geppetto, spoiler alert, he was evil. He started the puppet frenzy. He created the puppets, and he put these laws on. They can't hurt humans unless Geppetto says they can hurt humans. And that's another thing. What I love about this game so much more than other Souls likes is the story is easier to and I actually like that sometimes in some Soulsborne where it's kind of like you got to find things to figure out the mystery of the world, but here it gives you mystery and it gives you easy, the main plot, and it gives you some subplots that's kind of harder, but the main plot is easy to understand. And what one of the greatest things is Arlecchino in the original. It's just the jokester rhymes, and he gives you keys. But in Overture, Arlecchino is your greatest adversary. He's the biggest enemy, and you kind of give your mentor Leah. You kind of give her some closure, which is a beautiful part of the game. Is towards the end, but when you're going through this game, it gets heavier and heavier, and you get more invested about the deceit, about the friendships you had, the tone. Come on, I've said this on other videos. I love that Victorian era. Like I said, it's like Bloodborne too, which is why I love it so much. I can't wait for the sequel. To be honest, it's such a good game, and it doesn't feel like a Souls like in a sense of jankiness. I play a lot of Souls like, and I'm gonna say with the exception of like a Kazan, but it's like you punch somebody and you miss so much. You swing through, you shoot, the bullets go through. I didn't feel any of that in any of my plays in Lies of P. I didn't feel like I got robbed. Now, I know I'm gonna forget a lot. I'm trying to take my time because I love this game so much. This game is actually is in my top five. And one of the Metal Gears is also in my top five. I like my top five switches so much. I don't know if it's two in there right now or five or three. You know, Phantom Pain. I know the story wasn't as crazy as everybody wanted it to be, but it's some of the best gameplay ever. But two has my favorite story, and three I think is just the one they were trying to make the classic. It probably should have ended the series, but I don't care. Give me more Metal Gear. And anyway, Liza P. I knew it was gonna be special when I seen the trailer. When I seen the Black Rabbit game before I knew they were the Black Rabbit, I knew it was gonna be special when they opened up that coffin and put light. I'm like, what is this? What is this? I remember I was hyped for it, and then they said it was a Souls like. I'm like, come on, man, a Pinocchio Souls like. It looked. I want to say not the Rosa Estate because that's an Overture in the DLC. It was the Opera House. They showed how beautiful it looked too. It was parts in the trailer where they showed the Opera House. Oh my god, I couldn't wait. I'm like, this is a game. I don't think I played any other Souls like until that dropped when I seen the trailer. Let me think of my favorite map on this. Overture is kind of making it hard now because they introduced a couple of them. I do like the Rosa Estate. That's good, but I don't want to just throw that in there because it's new. Say when I first played it, what you got? You got Kratos City, you got Elysian Boulevard, you got Rosa Bella. I really like that fight too with the sister. It's a good fight. I wore that skin for a while. Barren Swamp, I really didn't like that map. You know, that was probably the weakest map. Relic of Trismegistus was decent. I think that's when you fought the Black Rabbit gang again. Lorenzini Arcade, Collapse Crat, Black Seaside. Arch Abbey is the final one. I don't know. I don't want to just be lame and be like crack because that's kind of how I was in Bloodborne. But I want to say in Bloodborne, my favorite map ended up being Canehurst. Canehurst was my favorite map on there, but I really did love the first map on there. Is the Canehurst ended up becoming my favorite one. It was just seeing those old nobles just being stuck up there and dead. It was good. And I found Canehurst is optional, and I found it by mistake, so it kind of has a special place, you know. But Yarnum is a close second. Yarnum and what's the underground Yarnum called? Old Yarnum, I want to say that one is nice too. But I'm gonna just say the Elysian Boulevard is that. I think that's when you see the Black Rabbit again. It's just I love playing through it every time I start it back up. I done ran Lies of P back up like 12 times now at this point. So I hated Geppetto too from the beginning. You know, once spoiler alert through the whole thing. Geppetto, I knew he was the bad guy from Rip. If you play it again and you listen to the donkey talk to him, the crazy donkey, this human is trying to get him. He knows you, he knows what's really going on, and has like his little tidbits in the game like that, which was what I love about it. I know who you are. Amazing, amazing writing. I really like the new characters in Overture. What's her name's best friend? Leah's close friend. I mean, and rival. I believe that's who it was. It was what was Markiona? I want to say. She was like when they did Overture, the DLC was such a great. It just added to the story. It's like they had it all planned out, and Overture was part of the game, but they just had to take some extra pieces out like a movie. And they was like, let's throw it all back in for a DLC. And the DLC, it was already a 10 out of 10. DLC just was like, this is my favorite. It's my favorite Souls like, man. Liza P is classic. Is the gold standard, man. I don't want to play anything. Kazan did his job. Kazan was a feeling the Overture came out, but Kazan is I really like the fast pacedness of Kazan as well. I might do a review on that, but this game is so sad. It's so Victorian era. The music, oh my god, the music is amazing. What was my favorite? Nightmare or the Blue Sky. In the song The Sister. The song The Sister, I can't think of those two names right now, but The Sisters, the one that you fighting in, the one that you give the apple to, I like her song as well. Like, it's just anything said, depressing opera, it's beautiful to me. But I'm gonna go with the Blue Sky. This game is top five. It should be top five for anybody. Liza P. I remember people slept on it when the track. I was like, nah, it's gonna be something, and it was. I may talk about other things in this game, about this game later on this channel. Who knows? It's just such a beautiful game. I'm gonna just gush over it. Why is my workout watch on? How did I turn my workout? Anyway, that's a sign right there. I'm gonna just end it right there because then I'm gonna just glaze Carlo, Romeo, and Leo the rest of the night. Go play Liza P if you haven't. Get interested in the story. Arlecchino, one of the best villains. Simon Menace was a pedophile. Sophia, my favorite. What would you call this person? Like, who's at the hub or the shrine? She's my favorite now. And on that note, I know I'm missing some kid. Jiminy, I really like walking through with him the whole time. I know I'm missing some characters, but I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I'm gonna come back in circles maybe when the sequel comes out. But play Liza P.